Coming up, we have presidential candidates in Iowa City throughout the week. Find out their talking points. And later, the Global Health Department held a fall reception that showcased the plans for students within the major, minor, and certificate.
It's Wednesday, my dudes. I'll tell you what Iowa football has to say before they travel to Northwestern, later in sports.
It's spooky season, but will the temperatures be getting spookier as it gets closer to Halloween? Stay tuned for weather to find out.
All that and more coming up on this Wednesday morning edition of DITV News. Don't go anywhere, DITV starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Emily Callahan. Presidential candidate and U.S. California Senator Kamala Harris has been campaigning in Iowa since the beginning of October. Visiting the University of Iowa's Carver Hawkeye Arena, she talks about her campaign plans.
Because you see, they had engaged in predatory lending practices and then robo-signed foreclosures. So hard-working families lost their homes. And why was that important? Because we need to stand up to the most powerful, especially when they are profiting on the backs of hardworking families. For the people means all the people, regardless of race, regardless of gender, regardless of sexual orientation, regardless of the party with which you registered to vote, regardless of where you live in that zip code, regardless of the language your grandmother speaks. It's about all the people.
Harris got a new endorsement from Johnson County supervisors yesterday. Previously, she had seen a decrease in poll numbers before coming to Iowa. Another presidential candidate stopped by the university yesterday, one who isn't as popular. Author Marianne Williamson came to the University of Iowa's Black Box Theater to campaign. Although she may not be leading in polls, she has a message for the people.
Change. Ladies and gentlemen, you think we've been naive? You think we've been foolish? I'll tell you what's a continuation of the naivete and the foolishness to think that any of those guys are going to really change anything. Not because they're not good people, because they are, but the system itself is so corrupt. And I challenge the idea that only the people, which they would have you believe, that only the people whose careers have been entrenched for decades in the mindset that delivered us into this ditch are the only ones qualified to lead us out of this ditch. No, ladies and gentlemen, it's not the government that's going to lead us out of this ditch. It's going to be the American people doing what we do whenever this country has gone off course. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the people to step in.
Williamson hasn't made a huge impact in the debates or the polls. She was not in the last televised presidential debate this October and won't be in the next televised debate in November. The UI Global Health Department hosted a fall reception last night for students interested in pursuing global health major, minor, or certificate. This annual event is designed to provide a sense of community within the department as well as showcase the achievements of other students. Last night, students shared the unique research they completed while a part of the program.
So this week we are featuring students who did summer internships or summer research projects through some of the local university either fellowships or study abroad.
Well, speaking of health, it's getting pretty cold out there. Let's toss it over to Melissa in the weather studio with more.
Thanks, Emily. For the rest of October, temperatures are going to be colder than normal for the majority of the United States due to a repositioning of the jet stream. The only areas that are going to be above average of normal temperatures are going to be the southeast coast and parts of the south. But for the rest of the United States, from the Midwest to the West Coast, it's going to be colder. And in Iowa, we're going to have a 50 to 70% chance of below average temperatures. But I don't think we're going to need our coats today because it's going to be pretty warm. We're going to have a high of 60 degrees with partly cloudy skies and a 20% chance of rain. As we head into tonight, the temperature will drop to 35 degrees and we'll have those same partly cloudy skies from earlier and a 10% chance of rain. Now let's take a look at the extended forecast. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy with a high of 47 and a low of 28. On Friday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 50. This weekend on Saturday, it's going to warm up a little bit. We're going to have a high in the upper 50s and partly cloudy skies, but we will have a 30% chance of rain in the evening. On Sunday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high in the low 50s and winds around 10 miles per hour. And next week on Monday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high in the mid 40s. The temperatures may be getting colder, but at least we're going to see some sunshine. Emily, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Melissa. On Monday, the Sciences Library held the grand opening for their new Harry Potter exhibit. The library was transformed into Hogwarts for the day to celebrate the new exhibit that surrounds the magical world of Harry Potter. Visitors were able to view Harry Potter memorabilia, enjoy themed snacks like Polyjuice Potion and Dementor's Hershey Kisses, and even give the Sorting Hat a try. This exhibit is coming just in time for Halloween. Well, sadly, we don't have Quidditch here at Iowa, but we do have some other pretty great sports. Let's hear what Tanner has to say in the sports studio.
That's right, Emily. Iowa football saw a little bit of their own magic this weekend, finally getting back into the win column. And this week, they'll be back on the road facing Northwestern, a team that the seniors have never beaten.
Yeah, they've definitely had our number the past couple of years, and we're not taking them lightly whatsoever. No matter what their record is, they've had our number, so we're the ones that need to step up and shift that momentum from these past couple of years. And
everybody knows the history behind this game. We haven't been able to get these guys for the past 3 years, so we know we got to change that coming into this game this year. We have a big opportunity to do that on the road. It's going to be a very important game for us this week.
The biggest thing is, that this is 2019, and we're focused on this week, this season, this year, and what's right ahead of us. So right now we're focused on, our meetings tonight and our practice tomorrow, and we're really looking forward to the next 4 days of preparation and really finishing the week strong and having a good week of practice.
But at yesterday's media availability, all anyone could talk about was the status of wide receiver Brandon Smith. Football beat reporter Lucy Rodin has more on when we'll see Brandon playing following his injury against Purdue.
Now Kirk Ferentz finally commented on Brandon Smith's status. Smith went down with about 4 minutes left in the Purdue game with what looked to be a pretty serious leg injury. It's looking like it's going to be 3 to 5 weeks before Brandon Smith is back. They're hoping to have him back for the Wisconsin game, but right now I just don't think that's going to happen. Tyrone Tracy is going to take his spot on the offense, so we'll just have to wait and see how the Iowa offense looks after this one. Reporting from outside the Iowa Football Center, Lucy Rodin, DITV Sports.
Thank you, Lucy. Now moving from the field to the court, Iowa men's tennis team is getting ready for the ITA Regionals tomorrow and the Big Ten Indoor Championships a week from now. We have photo editor Shavance Ahuja live in the newsroom to tell us more. Shavance, what can we expect from Iowa as they head into regionals?
Thanks, Tanner. Now, while the draw is set to be officially released later today, all 9 Hawkeyes are scheduled to travel and compete at the University of Oklahoma starting tomorrow. Now, the ITA Central Regionals hold a special place in the heart of senior Kareem Alaf, who became a singles champion a year ago.
And with the Big Ten Indoor Championships right around the corner, what will the Hawks need to do to get ready for that contest?
Well, that all comes down to whether or not Iowa can match the pace of Ohio State, who won the outdoor championship back in April. But that said, with a bevy of returning players and a nationally ranked doubles team in Will Davies and Oliver Okonkwo, things are looking good for the Hawkeyes to make some noise.
That was Shavance, live in the newsroom. Thank you. Now, I'm not a member of NSYNC, but you may hate me because we're out of sports, but it ain't no lie. Baby, bye, bye, bye. Back to you at the desk, Emily.
If you're struggling to find a Halloween costume, you still have a lot of time. There's plenty of wacky pop culture options you can find online. One website is selling a giant turkey mask inspired by the popular TV show Friends. The site even sells a matching turkey head coffee mug. A different retailer is offering a Popeye's chicken sandwich costume based on this year's food craze. Another website even offers a black cherry white claw dress. Whether you're to be spooky or silly, there are plenty of crazy costumes out there this year. That's all we've got for you on this Wednesday morning edition of DITV News. Be sure to head over to thedailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday. And if that isn't enough for the Daily Iowan for you, be sure to check out the print edition of the news on stands now. For DITV News, I'm Emily Callahan. Stay warm, Iowa City.